Well, like Infiniti often is, I'm a dollar short and a minute late, but with such a strong connection to the brand, I wanted to give you my thoughts on the situation. That situation, of course, is the Infiniti Q50 going away after 2024, at least in the US and Canada. Now, obviously, I've been a huge Q50 fan for a long time, and I have a strong connection to the brand, like I said, but I gotta say, my initial thoughts, honestly, were good riddance. It might sound a little bit harsh, and maybe it is, but I have to say that if Infiniti is not willing to do what they need to do in order to ensure the survival of the Q50 line, then why should we be upset about it? Especially with all the potential that the Q50 has, why should we even care if they don't seem to care? As strong as the Q50 became over the years, Infiniti always just seems to come up short. Appearing first in the 2014 model year, the Q50 was a massive leap forward, a far cry from its predecessor, the G37. There were significant exterior and interior updates. The car now has this long, swooping line, aggressive front end, at least in the sport model. They modernized the front end, and of course the profile it's a really good looking car. They shoved an updated VQ37 under the hood, which had already established a reputation for longevity and durability, but then they mated it to a lackluster 7-speed automatic transmission, a crappy open diff with a really boring gear ratio. And of course they took away the manual transmission and they started using this gross leatherette instead of real leather on the seats. Just when you start to think that they're making some steps forward, they drop the ball and punt. It's like your favorite NFL team signing the best quarterback in the league, but then trading away all their good receivers. They seem to be onto something in 2016 when they introduced the 3-liter twin-turbo 6-cylinder, and we started seeing some hidden potential. That 7-speed automatic transmission was improved slightly, and we thought we were seeing some light at the end of the tunnel, but the car was plagued with issues: snapping belts, porous blocks, failing turbos, etc., etc. We just couldn't seem to win. It did obviously make some decent power, and it made a decent amount of torque, and obviously it's a turbo car, so there was a lot of potential if you pursue that route. But they took an already boring gear ratio and made it even more boring, and only if you could keep your 3.0T healthy could you compete with a 3.7-liter Q50. That was already 2 years old at that point. Now, Infiniti did iron out some of those issues over the years, but they just continued to refuse to do what they needed to do to bring the car into the modern era in order to compete with others in the class. Yes, the Q50 has a ton of potential. It's very clear at this point, and enthusiasts are doing some crazy things with the car. We see so many things on a daily basis coming out of the Q50 platform, but isn't that the saddest thing? That anything good that has come from the Q50 is thanks to us and not Infiniti. It's so sad. Truly, in the last decade, there's been no real advancements. No new materials, no new technology, no legitimate performance packages like an LSD, dual clutch transmission, manual transmission option. Infiniti has continued to pump out the same car year after year for the last 10 or 11 years with no real marketing, no enthusiasm, and seemingly no goal of outdoing the competition. It's just the same old, tired Q50. It's really just been us, the Q50 fans. It's been the companies that have developed and put parts out there for the Q50. It's the tuners that have continued to push this platform to its limits that have really made a name for the Q50. No thanks to Infiniti themselves. And the same scenario has played out for the Nissan Titan, unfortunately. Now, Infiniti can say whatever they want, right? They want to refine their product offering, they want to focus on SUVs, or they want to transition to EVs, whatever crap they want to say, right? But the reality is that the Q50 just never did the numbers that it should have been able to do. And it was only because Infiniti refused to back it in order to make that happen. It was doomed from the start, and that's a real shame. I was a huge Q50 fan and a long-standing member of this Infiniti Q50 community. I am upset to see the Q50 go away, but I honestly can't say that I'm surprised. I gotta say though, we're probably better off this way, because there's nothing more sad than watching Infiniti put out the same car year after year after year without any attempt to shine whatsoever and outdo the competition. At least we still got the Z, right? And there's still a bunch of good-looking Q50s out on the road, and some enthusiasts are doing some really crazy things with them still. So I'd imagine we'll see them out on the street for many years to come, as long as you guys stop driving them and wrecking them like idiot Mustang owners. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about the Q50 going away after this year. I'd appreciate your feedback. Always curious to know what your guys' thoughts are. Thanks again for watching this video. More stuff coming for the channel, so I hope you stick around. Corvette stuff if you're interested. Thanks again for watching, guys. See you in the next one.